The world is designed to make you soft. Think about it. Every piece of technology, every app, every modern convenience is engineered to remove friction. We have food delivered in clicks. We have entertainment on tap. We have temperature-controlled environments that ensure we never feel too cold or too hot. But there is a biological tax for this comfort. When friction disappears, so does the go hard mindset. Most people think going hard is about screaming in the gym or posting hustle quotes on Instagram. When it's not. Going hard is a neurological state. It is the ability to choose the difficult path when the easy one is right in front of you. Today, we are dismantling the myth of motivation. We are looking at the neurobiology of grit, the philosophy of the ancients, and the practical framework used by elite operators to perform when everyone else quits. You won't just be inspired, you will have a blueprint. Let's talk science. There is a specific part of your brain called the Anterior Mid-Cingulate Cortex, or the AMCC. Scientists have discovered that this area is the seat of human willpower. In people who are obese but successfully diet, the AMCC grows. In people who live to be 100 while staying sharp, the AMCC is larger. But, and this is the key, if you stop doing hard things, this part of your brain shrinks. The go hard mindset is a muscle. When you wake up and your brain says 5 more minutes, and you say no, you are literally physically changing the structure of your brain. You are thickening the neural pathways that govern self-regulation. Most people wait for motivation to strike. Motivation is a chemical hit of dopamine. It's a feeling. Feelings are unreliable. The go hard mindset is about noradrenaline. It's about leaning into the agitation. When you feel that internal resistance, that I don't want to do this feeling, that is actually the sound of your brain changing. If you don't feel resistance, you aren't growing. To go hard, you must learn to fall in love with the friction. 2. The problem with the modern world is that it has confused busy with hard. You can be busy all day and still be soft. You can answer 500 emails and still be avoiding the one difficult conversation that would actually change your life. Going hard means identifying the big frog, the task you are most afraid of, and eating it first. We have developed a culture of procrastination disguised as preparation. We buy the shoes before we run the mile. We buy the course before we start the business. We look for hacks because we are terrified of the simple, brutal reality that the only way out is through. 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosopher Seneca said that a man who has never known suffering is a miserable man, for he has no one to measure himself against, not even himself. We live in an era of accidental hardship. We get stressed by traffic, by emails, by mean comments. These are things that happen to us. The go hard mindset is built on voluntary hardship. When you choose your challenges, you take the power away from the world. If you have already pushed your body to its limit at 6 in the morning, a stressful email at 10 doesn't break you. You have already won the biggest war of the day. This is what the samurai called the way. It wasn't about the fight, it was about the preparation for the fight. You go hard in training so that life feels easy in comparison. Let's look at the concept of the governor. In every car, there is a device that limits how fast it can go to protect the engine. Your brain has the same thing. It is programmed for survival, not for greatness. Your brain doesn't want you to be a billionaire or a world-class athlete. It wants you to be safe, fed, and sedentary. When you start to push, your brain sends signals. You're tired, this is boring, you've done enough for today. This is the 40% rule. When your mind tells you that you're finished, you are actually only at 40% of your capacity. The remaining 60% is the go hard zone. This is where the elite live. They don't have less pain than you, they just have a different relationship with it. They see pain as a green light that says keep going, while the rest of the world sees it as a red light that says stop. To unlock that 60%, you must master the art of the second wind. The second wind isn't a physical phenomenon, it's a psychological break. It's what happens when you decide that you are not going to stop. When the brain realizes that its pain signals are being ignored, it stops sending them. It realizes that you are the one in control, not the limbic system. This is the moment of transcendence. This is where you move from trying to being. You aren't trying to work out, you are a person who works out. You aren't trying to be disciplined, you are discipline itself. But how do you sustain this? You cannot go hard on willpower alone. Willpower is like a battery, it drains. To maintain a go-hard mindset for years, not just days, you need a system of brutal consistency. Consistency is the most underrated skill in the world. Anyone can go hard for a week. Anyone can hit the gym 5 days in a row when they're feeling motivated. But can you do it when your car breaks down? Can you do it when your partner leaves you? Can you do it when the results aren't showing up? Success is a lagging indicator. The work you do today won't show up in your bank account or your mirror for months. This is where most people quit. They are looking for immediate feedback in a world that requires delayed gratification. The go-hard mindset is about falling in love with the process, not the prize. If you love the sweat, the prize is inevitable. If you only love the prize, the sweat will feel like a burden. You have to learn to crave the work. You have to get to a point where a day without going hard feels incomplete. Environment plays a massive role here. If you are surrounded by people who settle for average, your hard will eventually become medium. You need to audit your circle with zero emotion. If someone isn't helping you climb, they are pulling you down. There is no neutral. You need friction partners, people who make you feel a little bit ashamed of your lack of effort. If you are the hardest worker in the room, you are in the wrong room. You need to find a room where your maximum effort is the minimum requirement. Let's talk about the dark side of this mindset. There is a fine line between going hard and burning out. The elite understand that recovery is part of the work. If you don't sleep, if you don't nourish your body, if you don't take time to reflect, your go-hard mindset will eventually shatter. But here is the distinction. The weak rest when they feel like it. The strong rest when the work is done. Recovery is an intentional act to prepare for the next battle. It is not an escape, it is a refueling. You also need to understand the dopamine trap. We live in a world of cheap dopamine. Video games, social media, junk food, they all give us the reward without the effort. This kills the go-hard mindset because it tricks your brain into thinking you've already won. Why work for a year to build a business when you can get a hit of success by looking at a screen for 5 seconds? To go hard, you must go on a dopamine fast. You have to earn your rewards. No TV until the work is done. No scrolling until the workout is finished. Rewire your brain to associate pleasure with accomplishment, not with consumption. Look at the greats. Look at Kobe Bryant. They called it Mamba mentality. It wasn't just about playing basketball, it was about the obsession with the unseen hours. It was about being in the gym at 4:30 a.m. when the lights were off. Because he knew that while his opponents were sleeping, he was gaining an edge that they could never recover. That is the essence of going hard. It's the work you do when nobody is watching. It's the extra rep when the coach has turned his back. It's the extra page of the script when your eyes are burning. The world will try to talk you out of this. People will tell you to be realistic. They will tell you to find balance. They will tell you that it's not that serious. They say these things because your drive shines a light on their lack of it. Your discipline makes them feel guilty about their laziness. Do not let the mediocrity of others dampen your fire. You weren't born to be balanced. You were born to be great. And greatness requires an obsession that looks like madness to the average person. Now, let's address the fear of failure. Many people don't go hard because they are afraid that if they give 100% and still fail, it means they aren't good enough. So they give 60%. That way if they fail, they can say, well, I wasn't really trying. This is a coward's defense mechanism. The go hard mindset views failure as data. It's not an identity, it's a report card. It tells you exactly where your weaknesses are so you can attack them. If you fail while going hard, you haven't lost. You just found the limit of your current self. And once you find the limit, you can break it. Imagine your life 5 years from now if you decide today, right now, to never negotiate with your excuses again. Imagine the person you could become if you treated every day like a championship game. The version of you that exists on the other side of this discipline is unrecognizable. That person has a different walk, a different talk, and a different level of respect from the world. But that person is not a gift. That person is a purchase. And the price is everything you have today. You have to kill your current self to give birth to the person you want to be. The go hard mindset is not a destination. You don't arrive at being disciplined. It is a daily choice. You have to win the war every single morning. The alarm clock is the first battle. The cold shower is the second. The difficult task is the third. Life is nothing more than a series of these small skirmishes. If you win enough of them, you win the day. If you win enough days, you win your life. Information without application is just entertainment. You didn't listen to this to feel good for a few minutes. You listened because you know there is a version of you that is currently trapped behind a wall of excuses. You know that you have been settling. You know that you have been lying to yourself about how hard you're actually working. You know that "I'll start tomorrow" is the phrase that kills more dreams than failure ever will. The go hard mindset doesn't start tomorrow. It doesn't start on Monday. It starts the very next time you feel the urge to take the easy way out. The next time the alarm goes off. The next time the workout gets heavy. The next time the work gets boring. That is your arena. That is where you decide if you're a spectator or a gladiator. We talk about leaving a legacy, but a legacy isn't built in the future. It is built in the micro decisions of the present. It is built in the moments when you are tired, lonely, and discouraged, but you do the work anyway. It is built in the silence of the early morning and the darkness of the late night. Most people die at 25 and aren't buried until they're 75. They stop growing, they stop pushing, and they spend the rest of their lives waiting for the end. Don't be a ghost in your own life. Wake up. Realize that you are the architect of your own character. You are the one who decides where the line is. You are the one who decides when enough is enough. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is a lie told by the weak to justify their inaction. There is only now. There is only the breath in your lungs and the work in front of your face. You have the DNA of survivors. Your ancestors survived wars, famines, and plagues so that you could be here today. Don't dishonor their struggle by being lazy. Don't waste the incredible machinery of your body and mind on comfort. Comfort is the enemy. Convenience is the trap. The go-hard mindset is the only way to be truly free. Because when you are no longer a slave to your feelings, when you are no longer a slave to your environment, you become the master of your fate. You become the captain of your soul. So, as you step away from this speech, don't look for more motivation. Don't look for another video. Look at your to-do list. Look at the thing you've been avoiding. Look at the weights you haven't lifted. Look at the book you haven't read. Don't think. Don't analyze. Bargain. The world doesn't need more thinkers. The world doesn't need more dreamers. The world needs doers. It needs people who are willing to get their hands dirty and their hearts pumping. It needs people who are willing to go hard when everyone else is going home. This is your moment. This is your day zero. The clock is ticking. The governor in your brain is trying to talk you out of it. It's telling you that this is too much, that you can't sustain this. Prove it wrong. Win that AMCC. You built that grit. Become the person that other people look at and ask, how do they do it? The answer is simple, but it isn't easy. You are hard, some grit, every second, until the job is done. And then you find a bigger job. Hard. The choice is yours. But remember, the version of you 5 years from now is watching you right now. They are either thanking you for the work you're about to do, or they are suffering because of a laziness you're choosing. Don't let them down. Don't let yourself down. And get after it. The mountain doesn't move itself. You have to climb it, step by step, inch by inch, with every ounce of strength you have. And when you reach the top, you'll realize the mountain wasn't the point. The person you became while climbing it was the point. The war is waiting.